And we are live. Hi, everybody. Welcome in to this video. We're going to be talking a little bit about some back pain growth tips and essential steps you must take to avoid having endless pain. Okay. Now, I know I don't come on often here. I haven't been doing it lately. I did in the beginning of time, but now I'm here, and that's what's most important. I've been spending a lot of time on the blog. I know I've said that in the past, and I've been putting new content. I've been having some things in the works, and I've just been overall active within the community as well, trying to help people get in better health. Okay, so that's another thing that I've been doing. So we're just going to spend a few minutes here. I know this was kind of more of impromptu, and so I don't expect everybody to be on at this moment. But for those of you who are here on the live, let me know with the hashtag live in the comment section. If you're here on the replay, give me a hashtag replay. Just quickly writing in the comments. Current frame rate too low. Okay, we'll exit out of that. All right. So this isn't anything to be promotional. This is just for you to be in here safely, to listen to me for a few minutes, speak about what you can do for back pain healing, more so how to do it naturally. We know there is the whole pandemic of using drugs like opioids, NSAIDs, acetaminophen, as well as various different options out there. In that same category, we have muscle relaxers and plenty more. And then also the use of different types of narcotics, but we also have more natural remedy solutions like creams. We have even little things like THC through marijuana, and even CBD oil are in ways causing positive effects, and they have for me. And that's something that you may be interested in looking at if you haven't already gone started with it. CBD oil, it's very enhancing, lower THC, and it's got very therapeutic components to it, different chemical extractors in them. But I won't bore you with any of the science to it, although I like science. I won't get into that in this video. Let's see here. If you are watching right now, I can't always see who is and who isn't. I would believe I'm in here with a few people. If not, it's okay. Yeah, but it is still streaming. So let's get right into it. A few things you can avoid, prevention steps. I always like to lead in with it. Not to treat the symptoms, but we have to treat the root of the cause. And I know you might be in a different pain than someone else. Let me see here. I keep getting this too low FPS action needed. Let me click learn more here really quickly. Well, I'm not going to read through all that right now, so we're going to skip all that. It's a lot. Okay, so what you must know to avoid, for one, we have to look as far back as how our mornings are. So in the morning, what do you do to get ready for your day? Okay, you got to ask yourself the question, am I taking the right steps? Am I not? What am I avoiding undoing? And what could I do better at? And so, just one second here, I keep getting that message. Maybe I should have just streamed this from the StreamYard app or Be Live. I didn't think it would do this. This is the first time I've done this in a while through this. Let's see here. Okay, we'll just continue going. So what you gotta look at is in the morning, and this is how I look at things. When you wake up in the morning, what is it that you do? How is it that you think? More importantly, it's how you think. And I know you're probably in some pain, but how do you think to the response of your physical pain? And if you don't have any physical pain yet, what's going on up here? Okay, let's set this thing here. This frame rate. It keeps popping up on the bottom of my screen. See, they give you solutions, but it's really like not a one-click thing. You have to go do something else. So I'm not gonna follow that. And so what you got to look at is what is the benefit of what I'm trying to do in the mornings? Is it going to help me or is it going to hurt me? So if you want to be up here, but you're right there, it's like you were on a level C in class, you want to get to at least a B, right? You don't expect to get that A right away, but you're from a C to a B. How do I do that? And so in the morning, it's very important you take into account your thought process and how that responds to your body. Okay, so it always starts up here and it lays down here. And so what do you think in the morning? Are you already frustrated? Yeah, you're conjuring up a lot of problems more than you are solutions to them. Maybe you have a solution to it, but you don't act on it, you procrastinate. And that's the biggest difference I see is one thing you can go from having this type of pain and not knowing the solution, but then you do, but you just sit in the middle here where you're procrastinating. And that's the biggest differentiating factor that I see amongst many people in back pain is that you have what you need to do, but you're just not consistent enough at it. And so what does that tell you? You got to build the right habits, the right routine, the right discipline every single day. Be punctual about it. Even writing these things down, like get yourself a notepad. A calendar and write these things down. You know, tell yourself, what are you going to do? More specifically, I like to use calendars for this because then I say, okay, Monday, now I'm going to do this for a little bit. For the first 2 minutes, I'm going to practice mindfulness. And then after mindfulness, I will go directly into yoga. Where am I going to do it? For how long will I do it for? So these are things called implementations, intentions, and habit stacking. So implementation intentions usually are where you have the location built into your habits. And this is where you're saying, okay, at this time, I'm going to perform this habit in this place. So at my bedroom, I'm going to perform 3 yoga poses in this amount of time. Okay. And then a habit stacking formula is where you say, after a current habit, I'm going to stack on a new habit. So that can be, for example, in the morning, if you know, there's actually a bed behind me where I'm shooting this video. I'm in a different room at the moment. Well, let's say you're over here. Right, we got all these pillows over here. Let's pretend I'm at the back of the bed. So right in that exact moment, what are you thinking of? Most of you would be thinking, I got to get my day started, but I don't know how. And that goes back to the problem and the solution. Like you're stuck in the problem type of mindset. You may have a solution, but you're still stuck above the cloud over here in this black covered cloud where you're trying to jump levels down, kind of like the Mario game, right? You're trying to get from one cloud to the next, and trying to avoid everything that can, in this example, put you above water, but in a space where you're not thinking appropriately. So it depends on what you're doing in the morning. It's very key. Be very instinctive, and you do this by working on little habits. Like when I wake up, I'll drink a little bit of water. Usually I take a little sip, but because I've been on video here with you guys, I need a little more. And so then once I'm done with that, then it may lead to me going to the bathroom, going and using it, and then having to brush my teeth, mindfulness, and then I get into some yoga. Some yoga poses out there. I won't get into it in this video, but you can also do a few things. I wouldn't recommend them right now. I'm not going to get into that. But there are various ones you can do that are going to alleviate the stress on your back, all the way from the top to the bottom, right? Your T1, C1, all the way to your L1s, all the way to your S's, okay? All the way down, and to the buttocks, to the coccyx, and it's going to be very helpful. So those are things you can work on in the morning. And then after that, you can pop into a quick meditation. And then once you're done with that, you go on with your day. So that's some tips that I recommend you do is look at where you are in the morning and then evaluate it. Ask yourself, what can I do to build in the routine here? What can I do to add on a new habit? For how long? Let's start off with 2 minutes and then build that habit up, but do it consistently over time. And that's how you really get away from all this pain, even if it's acute, subacute, chronic, sciatic. Any of us can do it. We just have to be willing to put this into it. And then two, how does your day look like? Are you sitting at a table like I am right now? I'm at a desktop. What type of chair are you using? Is it an ergonomic one? If it isn't, should I get one? Should I stand up and use a standing desk? Would that be best for me? Should I use the right shoes for arch support? Can I not stand up? Then okay, let me sit down. Is this what's best for me? Okay, if it is, what do I need? An ergonomic chair. I need the right type of 90 degrees angle in my body posture. I need the right desktop around me, the right computer, laptop, etc. Or the things within reaching distance. I'm not having to like have a pencil at the back of the computer and I gotta do this, because if you do, you can pull a muscle. You can strain your back, sprain it. It takes that fast, depending on what level of pain you're in. So one little motion like this, that can cause you sick days. And so you gotta think about what you're doing throughout the day. Consistently be drinking water, taking in natural sugars. Get them through apples, bananas. Make yourself a protein shake in the morning. Take it into work. Refills. I always recommend that you preset the night before and then the weekend before the new week what you want to digest. What types of solids and liquids do you want to consume? Okay, so think about that. And I won't get into the topic of what type of foods, but that right there sets you up for success. And then another thing too is in the evenings, when you are at home, what are you doing? Are you sitting on a couch that isn't supportive to you? Right, the whole cushions are all plastered and hurts your back, but you have to have a pillow behind you, but your buttocks is suffering and your legs are getting weak. That's the problem, is like you can have some kind of support in the back, but at the bottom, there's not much cushioning. So it's kind of like you're concaving. So your back is actually suffering more because you're like this. Like so this middle is down while your back is kind of like that. It's being supported, but the reason why a lot of where the pain comes from for your lower back, regardless of what level it is because you have a weak underneath your sacroiliac joints and everything that comes underneath here in your bottom frame. I won't get into the technical words. It hits at your hips. Okay, your thighs, your hips, underneath your hamstrings, all that right there, your hips, all of that suffers. Your buttock gets weak, thus it affects your hips, then it goes down to your hamstrings, and then down to your feet. Next thing you know, you're having pain like sciatic pain. You can't get up and walk without straining. And then all these things just start accumulating over time. You won't see it right away in most cases, but it'll happen. And so it's always best to keep your muscles in balance. And you do that by being in more of an ergonomic shape throughout your day. And then you practice good exercising, stretches, yoga. Strength and flexibility are the two that should be going hand in hand within your workouts. A little bit of fitness, walk when you can, use the right equipment. And those are the things that are going to push you above all. And I know I can get more specific in each of these, but if you haven't picked up my free 5-step back pain guide, make sure to do that. It'll show you how to go through different scenarios 24/7. Depending on your level of pain, it'll show you from morning to night, 7 days a week, what I would be doing, what I've been done doing. It sounds kind of weird. I never say that. What I've been doing, and then you can go ahead and apply that. All right, so that is everything I wanted to really cover, the steps, some tips in between there, and hopefully that was helpful to you. If it is, let me know in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Where are you currently right now? What do you need help with? And don't forget that you can follow me on all types of channels. Aside from here, I'm on YouTube. I have the blog. Even have I haven't posted on TikTok. I was gonna do it today because I have one in my library, a video from a while ago, but I've been doing some posts on there, Instagram, as well as a few other places as well. So that concludes everything in this video. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.